Hello, Grace Church. How are you? How are you finding life as we get towards the end of our second week in self-isolation? It's been a time of massive change. It's been a time of, you could describe it as culture shock, actually. I mean, on one hand, everything looks the same. I look out there and the world looks the same. It is a lot emptier, but it looks the same, and yet everything has changed. Life is suddenly much more constrained. All sorts of plans and hopes we had have been dashed or left very unclear and uncertain. There is a sense of loss as we look at diaries and hopes and plans and realise they're not going to be what we thought they would be. It's a time of great uncertainty in terms of knowing how long we're going to be in this lockdown, how long we're going to be constrained like this, and in terms of what might happen to each of us and those we love with this virus as it spreads and spreads and spreads. It's worth realising that this is an exhausting process to go through, and none of us have experienced anything quite like this before, not to my knowledge. It is unsettling. We should just acknowledge that. If you're anything like me, you have been experiencing shock and grief, real loss, and that is normal. That is normal. We need to be realistic about the energy levels we will have, the amount of things we can realistically achieve, how much we can realistically plan. That is what it's like. What hope is there and what guidance is there for a Christian at this time? Well, a number of passages came to mind for me, but this is the one that I like and I want to take us through today. Jesus said in John chapter 14, verse 6, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." I am the way. At the moment we might be feeling lost. Plans have been ripped apart. We don't know where we're going in one sense, but Jesus says, I am the way. He's the one we need to cling to. He shows us the way. In fact, he's also the guide on the way, even if that way for some of us may be taking us through the valley of the shadow of death. To quote Psalm 23, I am the way for those who are lost, who are feeling that they've lost stuff. I am the truth. We might feel that we just don't know where we're at anymore. We don't know sort of what to believe in terms of the medical stuff. There's so much information coming at us. We are swamped by the sort of constant media information on so many fronts, and the articles and the opinions, statistics and projections and hopes and fears coming at us. It can be very confusing and very disorientating. But we need to come back to and find time for Jesus in his word, because he says, I am the truth. That is the sure foundation to return to when other things look shaky. And he says, I am the life. We need to remember ourselves and pray for opportunities to point others towards Jesus as the one who offers a resurrected life that can begin now and will continue through death into eternity. I do pray that none of us reach death at the hands of this coronavirus, but it is affecting hundreds of people a day at the moment who are suddenly finding that life is coming to an end sooner than they thought. That is very sobering. And when we're faced with that ultimate statistic, we have to remember that Jesus says, I am the life. Not the most cheery note to end on, but there's hope when we remember Jesus' antidote to those three things. I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. Cling to those truths, friends. I hope to see you soon.